Good day everyone, we are from group 6. Today we are going to present about our study which is KTM usage patterns and satisfaction among OPSI students. We selected all students of University Pendidikan Sultan Idris who use KTM train services as one of their modes of transportation as the population. For example, we get 35 UPSI students as total respondents. We use simple random sampling to collect our data. We use WhatsApp to distribute our Google form.
Okay, for objective, there are two objectives that will be included in our assignment. That is, the first one is to determine whether KTM usage among UPSI students is random or follow a specific pattern. This objective is addressed using a run test, a non-parametric statistic method that analyzes sequence of data to identify whether they are arranged randomly or systematically. Okay, the second objective is to analyze the relationship between the level of KTM usage and the satisfaction level of UPSI student with KTM service. This is achieved through the application of the Spearman rank correlation, which assess the strength and direct of associated between ordinal variable. Significance of the study provided insight into KTM usage pattern and satisfaction among UPSI students. It helped KTM authorities improve service quality based on student feedback and support better schedule and planning. This finding also benefit to UPSI students by addressing the transport needs and contribute to academic knowledge on student commuting behavior and public transport usage. Okay, for research instrument, the instrument that we are using are structure questionnaire distributed by Google Form. That is the data collected is the first one is for KTM usage frequency. Respondent is categorized by as frequent or infrequent user that is by using for run test analysis. Okay, the second one is for students satisfaction with KTM service that is measured across aspects such as punctual, comfortable, affordable, on-board facility, overall experience that is rated using a 4-point Likert scale.
Okay, next we move to data analysis. Chapter 7 runs test, which is test of randomness, to test whether the pattern of student satisfaction ratings for KTM punctuality is random or non-random. The responses categorized into high and low, high ratings for 4 to 5 and low ratings 1 to 3. The sequence converted to binary series H and L. First, we move to manual calculations. The first step is mean, which is expected runs, is 17.34. The standard deviation is 2.7166. Next is hypothesis. The H null is the sequence of satisfaction ratings for KTM punctuality is randomly distributed. The H alternative is the sequence of satisfaction ratings for KTM punctuality is not randomly distributed. Then we move to find the Z score. The answer is negative 0.4932. The decision is critical values at alpha equals to 0.05, positive, negative 1.96. Since the Z score is negative 0.4932, lies within negative 1.96 and 1.96, we fail to reject the H now. Next is software calculations. The software calculation shows the same results. The Z-score is 0.404, which is nearly to the value of manual calculation. The conclusion is there is no significant evidence to suggest that the satisfaction ratings are not randomly distributed. The pattern is random.
For data analysis using Spearman rank correlation by manual calculation, the objective is to determine whether there is a relationship between the frequency of KTM usage and student satisfaction with trained functionality. So, for step 1, we need to state the hypothesis. Here, we know that H null is phi equal to 0, which there is no monotonic relationship between the two variables, and H1 is equal to 5 not equal to 0, which there is no monotonic relationship. For step 2, we need to find the value for Spearman rank correlation table. So, we need to find the rank for total x and also the rank for total y. After that, we need to find the value for dj and also dj squared. For step 3, we need to find the test statistic. We know that n is equal to 35, and by using the formula, we get the value of Rs equal to 0.04. For step 4, we need to find the critical value. We use alpha equal to 0.05. So, based on the table, we get the value of critical value is equal to 0.335. So, our decision is because of 0.04 is lower than 0.335, we can make a conclusion that at the 5% significant level, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. There is no statistically significant monotonic relationship between the two variables because 0.04 does not exceed the critical value 0.335. For software output, we are using SPSS software. The table is the value of the SPSS output. From here, we can see that Spearman's rho showed that p-value is equal to 0.803 and also the RS value is 0.044. So the conclusion is the Spearman's rank correlation coefficient between KTM usage and satisfaction is 0.044, indicating a very weak positive relationship with a p-value of 0.803, which is greater than 0.05. So, the correlation is not statistically significant. This suggests that the KTM usage and satisfaction are independent, showing that there are no meaningful connection.
Finally, moving on to the conclusion of our study, firstly we focus on key findings. The run test showed that there is no systematic pattern in student satisfaction ratings, which means the responses were random and not based on any particular trend. Secondly, the Spearman rank correlation indicated a very weak and statistically insignificant relationship between how often students use KTM and how satisfied they are. In simple terms, satisfaction levels do not depend on the frequency of KTM usage. From a practical perspective, this means KTM authorities can't assume that frequent users are necessarily more or less satisfied. So, improvements should focus on key areas that matters to all students such as punctuality, comfort, and affordability. Academically, this study provides a solid data-driven foundation for understanding student mobility and satisfaction. It also opens up opportunities for future research on how to optimize public transportation system in higher education settings. In short, while usage and satisfaction may not be directly linked, improving service quality remain essential. Thank you. That's all from us.